You know that feeling when you're with a girl, the vibe is perfect, you both know you want to kiss, but then nothing happens. And you're kind of sitting there like an idiot waiting for her to make the move. Guys, I'm gonna drop some truth bombs today that you might hurt, but you need to hear this shit. And I'm telling you this as someone who genuinely wants to see you win. The number one reason why you're struggling with women isn't your looks, isn't your money, or whatever excuse you've been telling yourself. It's because you're not stepping the fuck up and leading. And I'm about to show you exactly how to fix that. And when it comes to dating, I help guys stop being little bitches so they can actually get the women they want to be with. And I've been where you guys are. I found a way out. And I see the same pattern all the time. Guys messaging me saying, bro, I really like this girl, we hang out all the time, but then nothing's happening. And if I ask them if they made a move yet, they always hit me with, I'm waiting for the right signal, or I don't want to mess it up. And that's your problem right there. So today I'm going to break down why waiting for women to lead is killing your chances, how to be in the right frame with women without being a weirdo or creepy, and real examples of how this changed my clients' lives. Also the biological truth that nobody wants to admit about women's attraction. Before we get started, I want to drop this quote from Coach Corey Wayne that perfectly explains this. It is natural for men to lead in all aspects of their lives, as masculinity is leadership energy. Feminine energy is submissive and nurturing. The word lead means to go first, to set the standards and vibe wherever they go. Strong alpha male, masculine energy creates a space environment where women feel safe and comfortable enough to relax and willingly submit to follow the lead of men. In order for this to happen, men must first demonstrate the right amount of charm, humor, respect, and confidence that displays their worthiness and earns the respect of women. Now, before you write this shit off as some sexist bullshit, check this out. One of my clients who got coaching from me had one failed relationship. Never grew up with loving parents, lacked confidence, and was honestly socially uncalibrated. Just like many of you probably watching this video right now. But after applying exactly what I'm about to teach you, he's been with over 10 girls, goes on dates consistently, and has a powerful personal brand that is making over 6 figures. And the same principles, the same guy, completely different results. Or take this other client that I have who was antisocial, insecure, and just weird with no swag. I know some of you can relate to that feeling as well. After learning this leadership principle, he's now had sex with over 20 women, had threesomes, and doesn't give a fuck about rejection anymore. And even better, he implemented my sales tactics into his business, went from $1 million to $3 million in sales in just 1 month. This isn't just theory, this is tested and proven that works in the real world. And at 21, my current relationships are better than 99% of men at my age because I understand this one fundamental principle. Men lead, women follow. And I'm gonna help you understand it too. So point number 1, the hard truth. Here's the hard truth nobody wants to say out loud. Men and women are different. Not better or worse, just wired completely different. Men are built to lead. Women are built to respond to that leadership. And it's in our DNA. So look at this practically. We have dicks and girls have vaginas. They're meant to receive energy and we're literally designed to be the ones who penetrate them with our masculine energy. This is our physical representation of how we're supposed to penetrate the world, take the first step and lead. So when you sit around waiting for her to lead, you're going against what's natural and she fucking hates it. Even the most successful independent women in the world want a man who will step up and take control in the dating realm. That's why you keep being ghosted or friend zoned, because you're not actually giving her what she actually wants. And leaders don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. That's the whole purpose of being an alpha male. You just don't give a fuck. You just go for it, and that's why it's natural for men to lead. And if you don't believe me, ask any hot, successful woman what turns her off the fastest. Guys who can't make a decision. Always, I'm gonna tell you guys around, is always the top 3. So point number 2, what real leadership looks like. So what does real leadership actually look like? Let me break it down. Number 1 is making decisions. Stop with the what do you want to do bullshit. Have a plan. I'm taking you to this spot at 8 p.m. Wear something nice. And she can always say no. However, she's gonna respect the fact that you had a vision, you're direct, and you're decisive. Number 2 is physical escalation. If you're waiting for her to make the first move, you're gonna be waiting forever. And when the vibe is right, you go for the kiss, you initiate the touch, and you leave things for the bedroom, that's how you're supposed to do it. So stop waiting around for those things, you have to make it happen. Number 3 is setting the tone. Your energy determines the interaction. If you're nervous, you're seeking approval, and you're uncomfortable, she's gonna feel uncomfortable as well. But if you're confident and leading, she's gonna feel relaxed and she's gonna follow your lead because it feels natural, right? And it's kind of like the fact that who's had a friend that just was like always getting you guys into trouble, but he just had that swagger to him where he's like, oh, I'm just gonna follow him, and then everyone ends up getting in trouble, but it's like, well, we listened to him and he led us here, and so that's what happened. Same thing, right? And I was coaching this guy last week who been on a date with a girl 3 times. 3 dates without even trying to kiss her. How crazy is that? He went on 3 dates with this girl without even trying to kiss her. When I asked why, he said, I'm waiting for her to give me a clear sign. I know many of you have been in this exact situation. I told him what I'm telling you guys right now. She's waiting for you to be a man and make the move. So after I told him that, he finally grew some balls and made a move on date number 4. And guess what? She later told him she was about to give up because she thought he wasn't attracted to her. And this shit happens all the fucking time. And you're probably losing so many opportunities right now because of it. So point number 3 is why women don't want to lead. And let me explain why this works from a woman's perspective. High value women who work and are making decisions all day long with friends and managing their lives, the last thing they want to do is come on a date and have to lead some indecisive dude who can't pick a restaurant. Women don't want to date a pussy because they already have one. So when you take charge, you're giving her a gift, the ability to relax and just enjoy the experience that you're creating. And this is what she wants from you, even if she won't directly say it. And here's what happens when you don't take the lead. She has to step up and be the man. And guess what happens? When she has to start acting like the man, she gets bitchy, she gets pissed off, and then what happens to you? You become fearful of getting her mad. Oh no, I don't want to get the wife mad. I don't want to upset the wife. The whole happy wife, happy life bullshit is what beta male simps live by. So they stay quiet in their little turtle shell, making sure they don't upset their wives, but they still get yelled at for something. It's always something. We've all seen these types of guys, so you don't want to be one of them. And it's kind of like dancing. Someone has to lead or you're just bumping into each other. And when you lead it properly, it creates that space for her to express her feminine energy. And here's the thing most guys miss. Leading isn't about controlling her or being a dictator. It's about having a direction and inviting her along for the ride. So point number 4 is how to start leading today. How do you actually implement this stuff? Here are 3 simple things you can start doing right now. Number 1, stop asking permission for everything. Instead of, oh, can I kiss you? Create the right moment, look in her eyes and go for it. While obviously reading her body language, of course. Secondly, start making decisions. When you ask her out, don't say, what do you want to do? Say, I'm taking this cool spot I know on Friday at 8 p.m. You're gonna love it. Third, stop caring so much about rejection. Leaders take risks, and sometimes you're gonna get shot down, but who gives a fuck? At least you're not sitting there like a little bitch wondering, what if she likes me? I know it hurts. I know rejection stings, but it's nowhere near as painful as the regret of never taking your shot. I want you to understand that and internalize that. And let me give you guys a real example. You and your boys see a cute girl at the bar. Everyone's like, oh my God, she's so hot. But you know what separates you from the rest of the guys? Being the only guy in your friend group with the balls to walk up and talk to her. What does that show your friends? It shows them, oh shit, my friend is a fucking pimp. And they're gonna wanna be like you. And you'll inspire the guys who actually want to be better when you start acting like a leader. One of my clients doubled his success rate with women by following the 3-second rule. If he feels attracted to a woman, he has 3 seconds to start walking towards her before his brain comes up with excuses. And you can start using this rule tonight. Now I know some of you guys are probably thinking, isn't this kind of old school? What about equality and all this other bullshit? Look, this has nothing to do with treating women as less than. It's about understanding attraction and relationship dynamics. The most successful, happiest couples I know all have this dynamic. He leads, she follows. And these women aren't weak or submissive in any other area of life, right? These girls are absolute bosses in their careers. So ask yourself, how's your current approach working for you? And if you're probably watching this video, probably not great. And for the record, if a woman isn't responding well to your lead, either your execution sucks or you're not compatible. Don't force it. And there's a difference between leading and being an asshole. Let me get real with you guys for a second. Growing up with divorced parents, I never really saw what a good relationship looked like. And I was always good at attracting girls, but when it came to relationships, relationships, that's where I struggled. And even though I was naturally masculine in other areas of my life, you know, being direct, logical, going for what I wanted, when it came to the girls that I liked, I started to become weak. I would chase, I would care too much, you know, I'd become too emotionally invested, and I basically started to act in my feminine, which turned feminine women off. Like I said, women don't want to date a pussy because they already have one. You know, after getting my heart broken, after getting dumped, I discovered Coach Corey Wayne's teachings, and everything changed. I finally understood what I was doing wrong, and I wasn't leading. And so the moment I stopped waiting for a woman's approval and started taking charge and making decisions, initiating and putting myself first, everything flipped. And all those girls who ignore me started to chase me. I remember this one time at a restaurant, I saw this super hot girl, we made eye contact, and instead of hesitating, I literally just approached her, immediately got her number, and when we were leaving, I told her to say goodbye. And she follows me out the store, and I grabbed her and we started making out right there. My business partner actually recorded it, and it went absolutely viral on TikTok. But why did that work? It's because I led. I didn't wait for permission. I didn't ask, does she like me? I just took action like a man should. And that's the power of understanding this principle. Men lead, women follow. When you embrace it and you own it, everything changes. And I've been exactly where you guys are at, and this is seriously the way to get out of it. So here's what I need you guys to do. Click the link in the description of this video and join my masculine leadership program. Look, knowing you should lead isn't enough. You need to know how to lead in a way that actually works. In my program, I'm gonna give you guys the exact words, moves, and strategies that have helped thousands of guys transform their lives with women. So stop missing opportunities because you're unsure what to do next. Stop watching other guys succeed while you stay stuck. This program is your blueprint to finally becoming the confident man women actually want. Remember, she's waiting for you to step up, so take action now.